Sorry for not uploading yesterday as well. Things have been getting pretty hectic over here. Don't worry about the story. I will finish it eventually. Not gonna give up on it. So let's just get right into it. Give me a sec. Part 20, Chapter 20, Tsunade Part 2. Tsunade would never admit it. You could bribe or torture her, and she had never admitted. That was a wonderful date. At least not out loud. All they did was play poker while eating and drinking sake. Yet, it had been one of the best dates she had ever had. The last one that was with her former lover, Dan. She shook the thoughts away. It would not do her good at this point. Tsunade looked forward. Tsunade looked towards the blonde tuning walking to her hotel room. All night or morning, he had been a gentleman. She's sure he flirted, but so did she. Not once did he make any perverted comments. Not once did he try to make any sexual gestures. Not once did he stare at her chest. They finally made it to her room. Tsunade took another look at the blonde boy. It has been fun, but here we go. The part he wants to come. I had a nice time, Naruto spoke. I'll see you tomorrow. Inside. What? When? What? Who? Stop that, she shouted. Why are you saying goodbye? Tsunade asked. Why aren't you trying to come in for sex? Because I never had any intentions with sleeping with you, he admitted. What? She couldn't believe her ears. What are you saying? What are you saying? Why are you saying that? Because of my age? No, What was all that flirting? She asked. I thought I was fine wine. Your age isn't important, Naruto stated. I'm 13 and none of my heims are under 20. Then why? Because you may be a heim, but you aren't mine, he stated seriously. I won't try to sleep with everyone I take a date on. Are you sure you're a man? She asked expectantly as she folded her arms. To you think so, he answered. So does Samuel and the QB. Well then. Wait, QB? She asked. As in the Ninetales Fox QB? Yeah. Well, good night, Tsunade, he spoke. See you in a week, Naruto returned. Tsunade would never admit that she had an amazing date. She would never admit it She would never admit that the boy may have had a spot growing in her heart. She would never admit she left the door unlocked. The week had come and gone in a flash for Naruto and Tsunade. Their constant dates and inner thoughts were a big help. Jiraiya had tried to get Shinja to help recreate the student-teacher magic Naruto and Tsunade had with him. That earned them 2 punches to the sunset genjutsu. As the week came closer to the end, so did the joy. Everyone noticed that Tsunade seemed to get closer and closer on edge. Naruto couldn't dwell, dwell on it as much as he would have liked. He still needed to master his mother's technique. Just one more day, he thought, and that pig is mine. Naruto-san, a kind voice spoke. Please wake up. Naruto has been having a dream of his Heims bathing in ramen. Needless to say, waking him up wouldn't be easy or pleasant for them. When he did wake up, he could feel something was wrong. Shinzu was distraught and Jiraiya's chakra was out of whack. What happened to him? Naruto asked. Tsunade-sama poisoned him, she answered. What did you do? Naruto asked. Did you try to do something perverted again? If he did, he would be feeling some tough love again. Tsunade ran away, Shinzu spoke. That means I win the bet by default, Naruto exclaimed. Come here, pig. Oink. What? Shinzu exclaimed, pulling Tauntaun away. Why do you want her? I'm going to eat her, Naruto casually answered. Tsunade did wager her. This is serious, brat, Jiraiya spoke in an uncharacteristic way. Tsunade may be going to meet Orochimaru. Tsunade is going to meet Orochimaru. He is trying to get Tsunade-san to join him. Shinzu spoke. And if not, kill her, Jiraiya finished. Naruto quickly stood and drew his Kusanagi blade. He made a small cup and held its hand to Jiraiya. Drink, he ordered. Jiraiya did so and felt his chakra control return to normal. Naruto then explained his sensing radar to its limit, and it came up with nothing. They're out of my range, he spoke. I can't find them. Tauntaun can, Shinzu spoke. She can track Tsunade-sama through smell. Well, let's go. Do we have a plan? Shinzu asked. Oh my lord, Naruto exclaimed. What, do you sense them? Jiraiya asked. No, it's... Spit it out, Jiraiya shouted. Naruto pointed to the jumping Tauntaun. It's Spider Pig, he shouted. Tauntaun is a Spider Pig. It was impossible for Jiraiya and Shinzu not to face palm. Too bad for them that they were in the middle of jumping through trees. On a serious note, Naruto spoke. I have a plan. What? I wasn't sure that Tsunade would be willing to come back willingly, Naruto admitted. And I knew he would be in need of help. I knew that he would be no help, no respect, Jiraiya mumbled. So I left a latent genjutsu that I can activate at will. Well activated, Jiraiya ordered. What's your decision? Tsunade Orochimaru asked. Join me and you can see your loved ones again. It's an easy choice, Tsunade thought. I choose Tsunade-chan, a familiar voice called. What are you doing? Tsunade snapped around and her heart nearly broke in two. There, standing in front of her was the two most important people to her little brother and former lover. Everyone else was gone from reality. Not that she had noticed. It was just her and her precious people. Dan, Nika, Nangqua. She couldn't believe her eyes. You're alive? No, Dan spoke. We died and passed on. You died for a pointless cause, Tsunade spoke to herself. Unfortunately, they heard. We died for our village, Don spoke tensely. The village your grandfather created. Yeah, Nanghua spoke proudly. It's our duty. We knew the risks. We died happy and proud, they spoke, knowing that the village had a chance to stand another day. What have you been doing? Nankwa asked. I bet you got the medic program going, right? Tsunade flinched and averted her shamed gaze from their hopeful ones. She couldn't tell them that she has been drowning herself in self-pity for over 10 years. What do I tell them? Then the memory struck. I have been offered the title Hokage, she spoke. Really? That's great. Her little brother cheered. How did that go, Dan asked in a knowing tone once again. Tsunade averted her gaze. Have you found a new precious person? Don asked. No, never, Tsunade quickly answered. I've never had anyone since you. Don gave her a critical look. Why? All you ever You're all I ever needed, she spoke. I've kept the memory of you in my heart. Sis, you're a moron, her little brother spoke. We don't want you holding on to us, Don spoke. Obviously, we don't want to be forgotten, but we want you to live and to move on. Don't be a shell of yourself, Don shouted. Be the woman I fell in love with. Be the woman I am proud to call my sister, her little brother said. The shinobi I wanted to be like. Tsunade couldn't hold back the tears she had built up. She isn't. She let out all those years of self-pity and suffering. She fell to her knees and let them fall. Take them away, Brad, Tsunade spoke. They've said enough. What gave me away? A disassembled voice asked. You called me Haim, she admitted. So what's your choice? Haim, they asked as one. Are you going to choose us or what we stood for? And like that, the illusion was over. Tsunade, Orochimaru asked. My answer hasn't changed, she mumbled to herself. What was that? Dodge. He did, just in time to avoid a chakra-enhanced kick to the face. Naruto held an inner smirk. They had arrived to the area of mass destruction. There wasn't a wall unshattered or a tree unsplit. Naruto knew his genjutsu worked. It looks like Tsunade turned him down. Jiraiya spoke hard. Oink. So you did lead us to Tsunade, huh, pig? Naruto asked. You just earned yourself another day of life. He glared at the pig with hunger. Cherish each morning, pig, because my hunger grows. Naruto, stop threatening the pig, Jiraiya spoke. We need her to take us to Tsunade. Fine. Though I could find her now. Tauntaun wasted no time in following Tsunade's scent. The three humans were hot on their heels. We were here. They arrived to see Tsunade locked into combat with Orochimaru and Kabuto. That didn't include the two giant snakes that were summoned as well. Tauntaun was exhausted from all the inner terror, including the run. Now she'd Now she just wants to relax but couldn't. Naruto was still there. That'll do it, pig. That'll do it. Naruto spoke before whispering, for now. It, it is I, Jiraiya of the we know you're who you are. No respect, he mumbled. So you're here, Jiraiya, Orochimaru mused. And you brought Naruto-kun as well. The three Sannin jumped into position, each going through the same hand signs. Summoning jutsu. From the smoke came from their familiars, not just any of each boss species. Jiraiya, Gamabunta, and the Chief Toad. Tsunade, Kunse, and the Sludge Boss. From Orochimaru, Manda, and the Colossal Snake. Well, it seems we're here, Gamabunta spoke. Manda's eyes all around. Manda locked eyes all around him. Knowing Orochimaru, they were all his enemies. His eyes found and stayed on one human in particular. You boy, he called. Are you the one who gave my kin a concussion? Yup. Then die. The colossal snake charged for Naruto with unexpected speed. Whoa, snake, Naruto called as he dodged the first strike. Whoa. Manda reared back for a second strike. He'll never get the chance because Naruto, the blonde, raised the Kusanagi and extended it with even faster speed than the snake. The blade pierced Manda through the mouth, forcing him to stay in place. Naruto grabbed his second sword and tapped the blade on the Kusanagi. He sent a powerful electric current towards the boss snake, causing him to dispel. When I say whoa, Naruto called, I mean whoa. Manda won't be happy about that. Gamabunta spoke. Naruto turned his eyes to the two remaining snake summons. Tell the other snakes what you saw, he ordered. Let them know there's a better way than whoa. When I say whoa, they gave a terrified nod before dispelling. Do you think I need them to take you weaklings on? Orochimaru asked. Yes, yup, oink. Silence, pig, Orochimaru ordered. Hey, Naruto shouted. That's Miss Pig to you, he continued. Respect my lunch. You haven't won the bet yet, Tsunade called. That's what she thinks, he thought. Naruto dry called. You hold off Kabuto. Fine. Let's go, Naruto-kun, Kabuto called. Hey, Tsunade, Naruto called. I win. Kabuto charged forward with his hands glowing. Naruto didn't even remove his blindfold. Invert. Everything suddenly became a mass of Everything suddenly became a mass of damn it. Everything looked messed up for Kabuto. He would raise his arms for defense in only one spot. Only to get cut in another. The confused Kabuto didn't know where to strike. He can only endure the confused world. In less than a minute, he was a bloody husk. "Where are you going, Naruto-kun?" Kabuto asked. "We're in the middle of a match." "How are you still alive?" Naruto asked. "I punched every vital spot you have. I have a healing factor almost as good as you," Kabuto spoke. It was true. As they spoke, his body was visibly sealing itself up. Naruto made his way to the healing trader. "Do your worst," Kabuto spoke. "I will survive." "But will you want to?" Naruto asked. Shadow Clone Jutsu. They each drew a kusanagi blade and impaled Kabuto, each blade piercing a pain receptor on the trader. Because of this, he was frozen in place, unable to attack, defend, or even remove the sword's hedge. They each took off half Naruto Kyuubi-like forms. Wasting no time, they began to tear into Kabuto. Because of the healing, he couldn't die. Over and over and over. Kabuto could only scream. It almost reminded Naruto of his childhood. "But I got stronger." "Naruto-san," Shinzu called. "We need to get out of here," she spoke. "The Sannin are beginning their battle." "Then we'll miss the fun," Naruto answered. "Give up," Orochimaru Jiraiya called. "You have no snakes, and your henchman has been defeated." "What are his eating Kabuto?" Tsunade. Are his eating Kabuto?" Tsunade asked. I don't even know what that means. Alright. "It was either him or you, pig," Jiraiya pointed. No choice, Orochimaru thought. Eight-headed serpent jutsu. Large masses of flesh began to form around Orochimaru's body. It began to quickly expand and take form. Instead of doing the smart thing and stopping him, they let it happen. Once finished, there was only a serpent. The creature constantly of eight snake. The creature had of 8 snake heads merging into just one body. Each head and body were larger than even Manda, the snake boss. From one of the heads, Orochimaru appeared. "Why was all of that?" "Why?" Tsunade asked. "Now you will die," the snake Sannin shouted. Each head struck the other two boss summonings. The blow forced them to lose balance, and Gamabunta dropped his dagger, leaving them wide open for an attack. The remaining heads struck the vulnerable boss summons. Fangs bared. Gamabunta Jiraiya called. "Dispel." The toad Sannin knew the serpent would be poisonous. Katsu, on the other hand, was able to break apart into multiple pieces, avoiding the bite. "Hey, snake," Naruto called, waving the kusanagi. "Don't you want the sword back?" "Naruto-san," Shinzu called. "What are you doing?" "I'm gaining his attention," Naruto answered. "Hiss." It looks like it worked, Shinzu spoke. "You might have to leave," Naruto spoke. Naruto began to pull out several large mountains of ninja wire and coiled it around himself. On the wires were countless amounts of high-powered explosive tags. Shinzu saw this and took his advice. One of the snake heads struck towards Naruto. He detonated the tags. Naruto would have been swallowed if he hadn't jumped into the snake's mouth. No one noticed the trail of explosives left behind. The snake head showed a sign of surprise before it expanded and blew up into pieces. Naruto stood there on the ground as if he hadn't been in the snake's mouth for a second time. Shin no Ippoto Stage 3. His fear was fear once more. He jumped high into the air. This would leave a normal shinobi vulnerable. The snake head charged to him, mouth wide open. Naruto raised his elemental sword and gave it a hard vertical cut. He unleashed a sharp vertical line of compressed air. It easily cut through the snake's head, cleaving it down the middle. The air continued on to a piece we could never understand. Naruto landed on a thrashing thump. "Hey, Tsunade," Naruto called. "I win." Naruto jumped off of the snake's back into the air. He unsheathed his sword as another snake head came at him from the side. No one saw him redraw his blade. They all saw the snake get torn to shreds. It continued on as Naruto trailed to the snake's body. Naruto dry called. "Those heads are pointless," he shouted. "You need to stop the one with Orochimaru in it." "Fine." Naruto put a lot of distance between him and the snake beast. He raised the Kusanagi blade and took aim. He extended it with great accuracy and he pierced the snake Orochimaru with it. The snake tried to wiggle free, but Naruto kept turning along with the snake. "I have him," Naruto called. "Hit him with whatever you got." "I have this," Tsunade shouted, wielding Gamabunta's dagger. With a massive swing, she beheaded the main head. As it fell to the ground, Jiraiya followed with his own attack, Rasengan. It tore through the remainder of the snake's body, but it didn't stop there. It continued through straight towards Orochimaru. When he finished, the snake Sanin was gasping in pain. "Now, Orochimaru," Naruto spoke. "How do you intend to make it out of this?" he asked. "Those words won't work. I just mastered one of my mom's techniques and Anko isn't here." The snake Sanin gave a strained smirk. "I think I'll just let you keep to Yuya and we can call it even," Orochimaru spoke. "What?" Naruto asked. "If you let me go," he spoke slowly, "then Yuya will live." He smirked and looked at Naruto's face. "Did you really think I wouldn't find out about her betrayal?" he asked. "I have been waiting for the right moment." "Well, you'll never get it," Jiraiya spoke as he began waving hand signs. "Stop," Naruto ordered. "Let him go." "Are you? I will not put one of my heims in danger," Naruto spoke as he drew his sword. Even if I have to cut you down." The two shinobi, a Chunin and Sanin, had a glaring contest. Only one had noticed. Orochimaru had already grabbed Kabuto and left. "Well, thanks a lot," Jiraiya spoke. He got away again. He turned to the Chunin. We didn't even know if the threat was legit. Exactly, Naruto spoke. There were too many ways for it to be real and not enough for it to be fake. Enough, Tsunade stated. He's gone. Let's get some sake. They did that exactly. Well, Tauntaun, Naruto spoke. You have been a big help, but it's finally your duty. Oink. Being my food, he answered, with his jaw unhinged like the snake. Oink, please, Naruto-san, Shinto begged. Don't eat him. Don't eat her. Naruto paid no mind to her. Naruto, I order you to leave Tauntaun alone. Tsunade spoke boldly. And why should I do that? Naruto asked with an inner smirk. It's an order, she spoke as boldly, but with a sincere smile, from your Hokage. So you decided to accept, Jiraiya asked, happily earning a nod. That's great. Nice try, Naruto spoke. But even the last Hokage wasn't able to stop me. Then do it as a request. She spoke with a red tint to her cheeks. For your Heim. Naruto rehinged his jaw like it never happened. He gave Tauntaun a sincere smile before setting her down. He looked towards the trio of humans and spoke, anything for my Heims. That's the end of chapter 20, part 20. We only got 18 more chapters to go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for not uploading yesterday. It's been pretty crazy. And I can't really find that much time anymore. So yeah. Thanks for listening or watching.